Hi, welcome to Going Insane with Temperance Germain. That's me. Hope y'all are doing well. I had an oracle card I wanted to share with you guys that I pulled this morning, and it has to do with my previous video. So I thought I'd do another quick one to bring this up for you all as well, so you can see. It says, let's see the picture. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. Everything you see around you is a perfect reflection of where you are on your path. Yes, everything. Our material universe is designed to be symbolic likeness of what is created on a spiritual plane. Your relationships are a way to see into this mirror. Think of the relationships you cherish and the characteristics you adore in certain people, such as your heroes and mentors. The good news is that these same aspects are in you as well, are in you as your golden shadow. The reverse of this is also true. The most difficult aspects of certain people are the aspects of yourself that you haven't embraced or seen fully. This card calls for you to become more honest, for your actions and words to always reflect your true self. By doing so, you become more of a clear mirror, and your relationships will reflect even more peace, joy, and contentment. Remember as well that relationships are not just what other people or with other people. They are they are with food, money, alcohol, work, etc. So this is cosmic catalyst. In what ways am I pleased with what my mirror is reflecting in my life? And in what ways am I seeing turmoil, frustrations, and chaos? Cosmic checkbook, the lights going down. Make two lists. One of the characteristics of people who you love, admire, and appreciate, and one of the characteristics of people who drive you crazy. Embrace and appreciate both lists, recognizing how all of these aspects are also in you. So, I've done this exercise, not because of this particular card, but it is one true way of to understanding that your environment is how you become into your environment. It's a direct reflection of what's going on in here. That's why in my first video I was talking about decluttering the environment so that you can start then focusing on your environment, because that's where the garden is, that's where the weeds are, that's where the onion's getting peeled, and you need to peel that onion until there's nothing left of it, till it's gone. Even if you cry the whole time, the onion, that's a play off from Shrek, if y'all remember. But the point is this, is that nothing can come into our environment unless we allow it. That's toxic people, toxic behaviors, patterns, habits. Um, so how do we deal with that? Okay, so what I did was, when I realized that anything that triggered me was meant to heal me, then I could figure out that I can point a finger at somebody else and say, you made me feel that way. You made me react that way. It's your fault. It's never their fault. It's always here. It's always here. There's never a reason. Because people can't make you act anyway. You choose to react in a way that makes you feel better in the moment, or habitually that's what you've always done, going round and round the same mountain. And in one of my most prominent toxic relationships I've ever had in my entire life, where I realized we were going around the same mountain, just enabling each other and codependent on each other to stay in our bad behavior patterns and hurting each other and the children in the house, which were my children. And I had to take responsibility for that because I'm the mom. I'm the adult. That was up for question at the time for sure. At any rate, I realized that if I changed one reaction to this person's standard op action towards me, then he had no response. He had to adjust everything about the whole conversation, and the whole dynamic changed. And we both had to sit there in this newness of this new opportunity to change everything by one catalyst. So, for instance, okay, so I can't think of an instance because this is a very long time ago. So let me think. Okay, somebody wants to go out and they've been home with the kids all day, right? I was a single mom, and somebody else comes home and they're the adult, the other adult in the house, and uh, doesn't really want to take the kids. And it's like, oh, come on, I've been with the kids solid for a week. What am I supposed to do? And um, well, so I would throw a fit. He would throw his fit, and then through pretty soon he's throwing $40, and I go away for a day or two because then it's just boil point and explosion and you know toxicity everywhere. It's a nuclear meltdown in but it's the same nuclear meltdown that always happened. Just for instance, okay, yes, it happened, but let's just say, for instance. So okay, so when he came home and he said, um, he'd be waiting for me to ask for money or whatever, let permission to go, permission to go, and um, so I would just say, well, okay, that's fine, but for tomorrow, I'd like for you to make plans if that's okay. Let's just make plans for tomorrow, and I'll put it off and just change everything. And then, of course, with narcissists, that's a dangerous thing because then they just, but dealing with narcissists is a whole other thing. We're talking about us changing our reaction to the situation. That's just a habit of around and around the same mountain, and expecting a different result that's not going to come. So, if you can change your reaction, um, just even the littlest bit, it throws the whole orbit of this, the whole or of what throws the planets out of orbit, and you have to find a new then axis and a new plane of orbit around the same situation, and but it's altered. At least it's different. So, first of all, you have to realize that it takes two to tango. So it's always you. It's always you. And that I stayed as long as I did, that was on me. It was on me, and um, I didn't stay forever. I got out as soon as I was strong enough, as soon as I could figure out enough of these steps that I'm trying to share with you. Hopefully, I'm staying on track. Um, but so triggers. So we all have triggers, and people who we deal with on a day-to-day or consistent basis know what our triggers are, and they want to, affect the journey because we're going around the mountain because they like the mountain. A lot of people like the mountain. They like the mountain. It's comfortable, cozy drama, and mayhem. Controlled mayhem around and around and around. To me, it was just boring and, you know, anticlimactic, which is really not who I am. So anyway, okay. When I figured out that when people triggered me, it was a reflection of something going on inside of me. You know, if I got butt hurt, if I got um, emotional, if I responded aggressively, violently, even. I've been violent. I didn't like being that way. So I worked really hard at um, not being angry anymore. See, it's like I didn't want to be violent, so I had to not be angry because it was me. It wasn't the people who I was violent towards, even though they deserved it. It doesn't matter because it was not just because they deserved it. It was my trap. I trapped myself because I figured I was right. I figured they deserved it. So whatever. You see, it's just a bunch of hooey. It's a bunch of deflection onto other people for our inner trauma drama that we just need to deal with. We just got to pull the roots, and we have the higher realms will help us. They have to be invited in. It has to be invited in. You can't come without permission. Angels can't come. Your ancestors can't come. They're not allowed to mess with our free will. They will help. They helped me. They're my gang gang. They really are. They're my gang gang. I've had to cut out almost every person in my life from toxic behavior patterns and the the lack of give a care to work on it with me, for me, about me. And so I said, that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna go do me. Do you. I love 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 my people. I love them. I love them. Um, Mama Tracy, I've been called. I've been called since fourth grade. I've been called Mama Bear, Mama Tiger, Sergeant Mom, which fit. They all fit. I still don't. I still couldn't tell you what their issues were with me because they don't know because they haven't done it. They're just deflecting onto me as an excuse because they're not doing their inner work. I mean, that's okay because I'm doing me, not them. They're grown. They're grown. They're 20 plus years old. I raised them. My friends, they weren't my friends. I had to really work this out because I loved them so much. But in the long run, it wasn't about them. It's about me figuring out what triggers me and inviting people who have like minded tendencies, like hearted tendencies and desires into my life, which I've done because I've cut out the toxicity of the people who were all about the trigger and the mountain and around and around and being right instead of being, proactive. So that's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's a good thing because if I'm not walking as an example and if I'm not chasing after my mental, emotional health, physical health, then I'm doing the wrong thing by being sad or butthurt or wah, crying because they don't want to love me the way I showed them how. I showed them. I let them walk on me. I let them make me feel bad. I let them undermine me. And so I showed them that that's okay. I showed them that's okay because I didn't have self love boundaries, which we'll do in the next video. Okay, thanks for coming in. I hope this helped. I hope this helped. Take care.